Biba 803. You guys got your passport? You want to take a flight? Buckle up. We travel to the north. Heading over to the CNMI on this Friday morning. My name is Bobak. Good morning on you. As we join now in progress, just started the CNMI Governor's Office weekly press conference with Tomas Manglona, the KUAM News team.
We got all the several mayors that flew in also from Guam. They had a meeting, so I wanted to thank all of them. The mayors, their staff, and their spouses that flew in definitely made the festival a lot more enjoyable and more celebration as partnership as all the mayors was there. Second, I want also to congratulate the mayor, the leadership, MVA, all the vendors, the partnership, and the volunteer, as well as the people that went down and enjoyed the Pika Festival. Really an awesome event. Seems like every year is getting bigger and better. We have more vendors showcasing their local talent from arts, music, and of course, food. So again, I want to give a shout out to all the partners that participated. Definitely the COVID task force also was in the house, making sure everybody is doing their share in keeping Tinian and the people of the CNMI safe. Also a great announcement. On Monday, we had a couple groundbreaking. We had the first home under the CDBG-DR program. We did a groundbreaking in it's Lito, I think, or Perdido. And this is one of almost 400 homes that's been approved. We also have 140 homes, home repair that's in the program. So congratulations to NMHC, led by Chair Marcia Tumokani, as well as the executive director for NMHC, Jesse Palacios, and I believe the NMHC program manager, Kimo Rosario. Thank you, and everyone, all the team, the family of NMHC, the board again, and everyone there. Thank you for keeping the doors open and working with all the applicants. I know that this is the largest grant that we have ever had, and helping our folks go through the process. I know it's a tedious process, but again, if I'm not mistaken, it's zero interest. And to those that applied and got approved, congratulations. And let's continue to make the program a success. So that's really awesome. I want to congratulate them again. The same day, we also had the SAR program up in Marpi, had a clearance with USES, which is the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. They went in and they cleaned up the ordinance, and they are called the IRA, which is Interim Removal Action of Unexploded Ordnance. That will give the SAR, the property, the whole program, the ability to do their fencing and other renovation and building of infrastructure up at the whole program. So again, thank you to USES, Commander Lieutenant Eric Marshall. Thank you for flying down and being part of the team, as well as the local dignitaries that was there, and Hydrogeologic, who's the company that worked to clear the live ordnance or unexploded ordnance. When we talked about the disability, we did a proclamation. I want to thank all of our partners. Truly, this is something that the community, as a community, continue to embrace, to assist, and any of our private partners, please look into these organizations as they play a vital part of our own folks, and hopefully they can get be part of our society and give opportunity to advance on their ability and to reach their goals, and so we can help them to be a contributing member of the society in their own ways. So again, I think that's about it. Oh, and I got an opportunity to talk to the Rotary and and just update them about our road projects and some of the projects that we're doing. I want to congratulate, and I know last week we did mention about NMC, but just want to highlight again, they have about $100 million. They showcase the master plan of NMC's new campus. That's exciting. We also updated on the Route 36, which is the road project between Bird Island and Kingfisher. We did acknowledge that the first bridge has been poured, and hopefully, again, I think the target date to complete the whole project is between August and September of this year. So that'll bring additional tourist site to the community, tourist site to our tourists, and a fun drive, Sunday drive with the family, and bikers and joggers and all kinds of healthy activities and exercise. Another place to be part of that growth here. I think other than that, things are doing okay. We have the new CDC that came out a couple of days ago or yesterday on the new level, high, medium, and low. And hopefully by April or so, we'll hit down to medium, which is less restriction on some of the protocols. Other than that, I wanted to say again, good morning to everyone that's listening. Again, I ask that you refrain any question regarding anything regarding impeachment process. If you have any question regarding that, please go ahead and address that to my legal counsel. Other than that, I open to any question. And good morning and happy Friday, everyone.
Thank you, Governor. Good morning. Tom, go ahead, and then Maureen, Sally, then Kimberly.
Good morning, Governor. Thanks for joining us. Given your statement before the start of questions, I just do have to ask, given the news documents coming out of the Senate alleging ex parte communication with one of your counsels, Viola Alapuzo, and a document that appears to show her alleged edit on the impeachment rules. What do you know about this, and when did you know about it?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Governor.
Yeah, so again, Thomas, go ahead and ask that to my attorney. I just got that information yesterday.
So there might have been this ex parte communication, or are you denying that there was any ex parte communications?
Like I said, Thomas, I have not communicated with any of the Senate. If you have any other question, go ahead and ask them, my lawyers, for that question.
Have you spoken with your counsel, Viola Alapuzo, about this matter?
I have.
When did you speak with her about it?
Yeah, that would be confidential between my lawyer and myself. Thank you, Thomas.
And Governor, can you just comment for the community who is seeing this news? What's your message to them?
My message to them is this. I've asked my counsel since the beginning that I don't want to prolong this process. So the House has investigated me for 2 years. They did all their subpoenas and all this other stuff. And so all I want is to get this over with. And the shorter that we address this, the better it is.
Governor, if it is found at the end after an investigation or if more information comes to light, if it is found that there was this ex parte communication or any sort of edit to a document prior to the full adoption on the Senate floor that occurred in March, what is your opinion on this? What is your opinion on the matter if it is found that the attorneys did have ex parte communication with or without your knowledge?
Well, Thomas, again, I don't want to speculate, but when the time comes, we're here to make sure that we follow the law. I personally don't think that there's any issue in terms of breaking any law, but when that comes, then I'll make sure that I follow what the law is.
And Governor, just to follow up on that, are you then saying that you're not aware of this ex parte communication if it did in fact occur?
Again, Thomas, you're asking me the same question. I'm going to tell you the same thing. I have not communicated with any of the senators, and if you have any other question, you can go ahead and ask that to my lawyer.
And finally, Governor, did you or did you not authorize this ex parte communication?
Thomas, again, if you have any question regarding any of the impeachment, you can go ahead and ask that to my lawyer. Okay.
All right, thank you, Governor. I wanted to shift gears now with regards to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers visit. We know that one of the main topics and of concern was the building of a new CNMI hospital or additional facilities. I see that CEO Esther Munoz just joined the call, but can you enlighten us on any conversations you had with the Army Corps of Engineer leadership with regards to the hospital facilities?
Well, regarding the hospital facilities, I have not personally spoke to any of the Army Corps of Engineer. I have been communicating with our CEO on the importance of building a new facility that will house the MRI, CT scan, as well as the hyperbaric chamber, expanding the ER office or the operating room, and then also expanding the ICU room. And that is something that is a priority for CEO and myself with this administration prioritizing our healthcare as well.
And Governor, is there any sort of timetable that was set in terms of actual execution of these construction for these new facilities?
Oh, Thomas, it's gonna take again. We gotta go through the whole process, right? You gotta have an A&E firm. We gotta have a design, and of course the expansion of a master plan for the hospital. So in terms of having a construction or ground break, I think that's best left to CEO to make that determination. But one thing I can assure you, and CEO is here, is my administration will definitely prioritize the needs of expanding the hospital. Again, whether it's the emergency room, operating room, ICU room, and then of course the new building that we want to build for the MRI and the CT scan, as well as the hyperbaric chamber. So we are working extremely hard in making sure that we meet the requests of the hospital's need of expansion.
Okay. Tomas, we'll come back to you on a second round, but we'll carry on. Maureen, go ahead. You have the floor.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Hi,
Governor.
Maureen. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm going to switch gears from those topics and talk ask you a little bit about tourism. So Korean media are saying that the tour companies there and the Korean population are gearing up to travel, and that there's particular interest in the islands, so CNMI, Guam, Hawaii, and also in honeymoon trips. So given all that, do you think Saipan is ready, particularly the airport, if this should, in the short term, turn into very high tourism numbers?
Well, with the airport, I mean, we are gearing up to welcome any additional tourists, especially new airlines, and that's what we are targeting: is additional airlines and additional airfare flights coming in from Korea. As you know, even with Japan, it's still difficult to have a target date, but we are putting them also definitely in the radar to welcome them when they are able to start traveling. Well, you're right. I think this is exciting for all of us, not just for CNMI, but also for Guam and Hawaii. Anytime that we have a big market like Korea open up their doors, it opens all of us the opportunity to grab those tourists. And so we're excited. I think that we will see numbers increasing. Some will see more numbers than others, but at the end of the day, it's good and it's healthy for our tourist market to welcome an open door travel policy from Korea, and then to anybody for that matter.
So it may be a factor that Hawaii's COVID numbers are increasing, whereas in the Marianas, both Guam and CNMI, they're decreasing. Do you think that's a factor?
I think so. I think at the end of the day, I think travelers now, though have some priorities, right? There's some comfort that if they've gotten COVID, they're more freely to say, well, even if Hawaii has a high number, I've already gotten COVID. And then those that has been vaccinated, there's some comfort that going to traveling anywhere, that they're more secure, that if they have COVID, that they'll go through the process with less symptoms. But I think at the end of the day, travelers will still look at a safer low number of COVID as opposed to a higher number of COVID. But, Hawaii has always been a number one target to maybe around the world of tourism. So we've seen their numbers continue to increase over the last year, but their market shifted from Asia to U.S. market. And so, again, for us here, I think that we're a little bit in a better position. We're closer, I guess. And then, of course, like you said, the numbers are pretty stable and comparatively lower by percentage and by numbers than Hawaii.
Okay, and then the other thing that I wanted to ask about was the situation in Rota with the lack of a crane to unload transshipments that arrive on the MV Mariana, and then have had to go back to Saipan. Is this something that you'll be talking to the Commonwealth Ports Authority about?
Yeah, we've had some discussion into looking into assisting the port. Obviously, a crane is critical when you start having a bigger shipment in, and any time that you have that, it plays an economic growth or not, for that matter, the challenges. So yeah, we do need to address that issue, and we're working on that immediately.
So when do you think there would be an improvement in the situation there? I mean, it needs to be short term, right?
Yeah. So I hope soon. I hope very soon. And so
all right, there you go. Thank you so much. Great to jump on that weekly press conference there with Tomas Manglona, the KUAM news team. That's that press conference with CNMI Governor Ralph Torres here. As immediately off the bat, he said, any questions about impeachment, please direct them to my legal counsel, who is not here in this press conference. So it kind of threw water on the whole thing. Should have said that right at the beginning. It wouldn't have even shown up. But thank you, Tomas, for some great questions on the healthcare facilities. There was some good stuff there. 8:22. It's Friday, March 18th. Let's just go ahead and get into our 8 o'clock newscast, which is brought to you proudly by Pacific Points with the very latest from the KUAM News.